Welcome to another episode of the Echoes of Eir. All right, everyone get ready, because today we are diving deep into some Irish mythology, and I am so excited about this one.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be looking at the Dagda.
Awesome.
It's going to be magic cauldrons
Yeah.
and harps that can change your mood like that, and maybe even a little bit of divine porridge.
You know, it's interesting how these myths, they really give us like a window into pre-Christian Ireland.
Right?
Like, these aren't just stories, they're a window into a whole different way of looking at the world.
Absolutely. We have some great sources to help guide us through this.
Yes. Right.
So let's start at the very beginning. Who was this Dagda fellow?
So the Dagda was a super prominent figure
Right.
in the Tuatha De Danann.
Right.
And they're this supernatural race that's like all over Irish mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine a world where gods and heroes just walked the earth. That's the Tuatha De Danann.
Wow.
And the Dagda was particularly known for his strength and his magic. And you know his humor.
I was about to say, he's known for his sense of humor.
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious.
A peasant-like warrior, which isn't exactly what you think of
Right.
when you think of a powerful god.
Totally. I mean, he wears this like short tunic. He's not really known for having good manners.
Right.
But that's what makes him so interesting.
It makes him relatable.
Yeah, totally. He's like powerful, but he's also like down to earth. You know, he's flawed. He's funny.
I love that.
He's not like this distant god that you can't relate to.
Not at all.
He's one of us.
So speaking of names, where does he get the name Dagda from?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So it comes from the Irish words dag, which means good, and day, which means God.
Oh.
So literally, he's the good god.
Okay, the good god.
But of course, like anything in mythology, it's way more complicated than that.
Right. I bet there's more to it.
Yeah.
What kind of good are we talking here?
Well, I mean, he's associated with abundance and fertility and protection.
Those are all good.
Yeah, that's all good stuff, right? But he's also known for his cunning and, you know, trickery and even a little bit of indulgence, shall we say.
Right.
He has a pretty big appetite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's not afraid to use it.
Is this where we're going to get to the legendary porridge incident?
Yes.
Because he basically eats his enemies under the table.
It's such a good story.
I love that story.
So it all starts with Bress, right? He's the leader.
Okay.
And Bress tricks the Dagda into building a fortress for him,
Oh, no.
which is not exactly a glorious task for a god,
Right.
but it was necessary for peace.
Got it.
So the Dagda gets roped into this construction gig,
Yeah.
and he's not thrilled about it,
I imagine not.
especially because he's not really compensated well for it.
Uh-oh.
But the Dagda, being the resourceful guy that he is,
Yeah.
he decides to take things into his own hands.
Okay, what does he do?
So after he finishes building the fortress, he goes to visit the Fomorians.
Right.
Now, they are the rivals of the Tuatha De Danann,
Okay.
and he goes with the intention of spying on them.
Mm-hmm.
But things take a turn for the unexpected when they decide to test him.
They test him.
Yeah, not with weapons,
With what?
but with food.
Food. Okay.
So they bring out this massive cauldron, like we're talking huge cauldron,
Okay.
and it's filled with porridge.
Oh, no.
And it's not just any porridge.
Okay.
This is porridge made with milk and flour and fat and like whole goats and sheep and pigs.
It's like a stew at that point.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
And it's just a ridiculous amount of food.
Yeah.
Clearly meant to humiliate him.
Oh, I see.
Like, who can eat all this, right?
Right. What does he do?
He eats it.
He eats the whole thing.
He devours the entire cauldron of porridge.
Oh, my God.
He even scrapes the cauldron clean with his finger. And then he eats all the leftover meat trimmings just to add insult to injury.
Oh, my God. That is amazing.
It's an incredible story.
I mean, what a power move.
Oh, yeah, he's not messing around.
Yeah, but there's got to be more to this story than just him being a big eater.
Oh, there totally is.
Right.
So this porridge challenge tells us a lot about the Dagda.
Okay.
It shows his strength, his determination, his
Yeah.
willingness to do whatever it takes to reach his goals.
Yeah.
But there's also like a deeper symbolic meaning here.
I was going to say, what's the deeper meaning? I'm so fascinated.
So the cauldron in Celtic mythology,
Wow.
it's a really important symbol.
Okay.
It represents abundance and nourishment, even rebirth.
Wow.
So by eating the entire cauldron of porridge,
Yeah.
he's symbolically claiming that abundance for himself and for the Tuatha De Danann.
Oh, I see.
It's a subtle
Ah.
but powerful statement.
It is a total power move.
No, totally.
That's incredible.
So yeah, the Dagda, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, he's not messing around.
No, he's not.
I love that.
He's the good god.
He is a good god.
But he's also a very complex figure.
Right.
He's a master strategist.
He is.
He uses cunning, he uses magic, and even humor
Right.
to get what he wants.
He's not just this powerful warrior
Right.
or trickster god.
Mm-hmm.
He's also like a champion of justice.
Absolutely.
He's fighting for what's right.
He is.
So it's a different kind of good. It's not just abundance and strength.
Yeah.
It's also like moral principles.
Exactly. He's described as this wise and benevolent ruler. He
Okay.
brings prosperity and peace to his people.
So a good leader.
A good leader, but of course, it's not without its challenges.
Right.
He faces conflicts, he has to make tough decisions, and he even experiences personal loss.
This reminds me of something we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
The Dagda's family tree.
Right.
It's kind of complicated.
It is.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, the Dagda has a large and fascinating family.
Yeah. And his children, they go on to become some pretty prominent figures in their own right.
I want to hear more about these kids.
Okay.
Like, what are they like?
So first you've got Angus Og,
Okay.
but we've already talked about him in another episode. He is the god of love and poetry.
Okay. Who else is in the family?
Okay, so then you've got Brigid,
Okay.
and she's the goddess of healing, poetry, and smithcraft.
Wow. She does it all.
She does.
Okay.
She's a super powerful figure.
Okay.
Associated with fire, creativity, and protection.
I love her already.
And here's an interesting thing.
What's that?
She's one of the few pagan deities that was later adopted into the Christian faith as Saint Brigid.
Wow. So even as Christianity spread throughout Ireland, some of these ancient figures, they managed to stick around. They did. They endured in new forms.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it speaks to like the power of these myths
Yeah.
and how they can adapt.
Absolutely.
So we've got Angus Og the Charmer.
Yes.
We've got Brigid, who endures.
Hmm.
Who else is in the family album?
Well, there's Midir.
Okay.
He's known for his shape-shifting abilities.
Ooh, shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's connected to the other world,
Okay.
which is this realm of magic and mystery in Irish mythology.
Right.
Now, some sources say he's the Dagda's son.
Okay.
Others say he's his brother.
Right, we're seeing a theme here with the family tree.
We are.
Yeah.
But either way, he's a really significant figure with his own, like, captivating tales.
Love it. So we've got love, poetry, healing, smithcraft, shapeshifting.
Ah.
This family has it all.
They do.
I imagine a gathering of the Tuatha De Danann would be quite the event.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
But we can't forget another really important offspring,
Who's out?
Ogma.
Okay.
He is credited with inventing the Ogham alphabet.
Which is an early form of writing used in Ireland.
So not only is the Dagda a powerful leader and a champion of justice,
Yes.
he's also the father of literacy.
That's right.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's got quite the legacy.
He does.
The Dagda's impact is undeniable.
It is.
He represents the abundance of the land, the power of leadership,
Mm-hmm.
and, the strength of the human spirit,
I love it.
all wrapped up in this character who's both formidable and relatable.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It is.
Okay, so we've gone through these stories of feasts and trickery and leadership and family drama,
Yeah.
but what about the end of the Dagda story?
Ah.
What happens to this powerful, charismatic, and kind of hungry god?
Right, so that's where things get a little mysterious.
Okay,
The sources we have, they offer these different perspectives on his ultimate fate.
okay.
Some say he died in battle,
Hmm.
others hint at a different ending.
Ooh, okay, I'm intrigued.
Did he go out in a blaze of glory, or was it more of a peaceful transition?
So one account suggests that he died during this huge battle between the Tuatha De Danann and the Fomorians.
Right.
You know, the classic clash of good versus evil, light versus darkness.
A warrior's death for a warrior god.
Right.
I can see that.
But you have to remember death in mythology.
Yeah,
It's not always a straightforward thing.
right.
It can symbolize like a transition to another realm,
Okay.
a transformation.
So not game over, more like level up.
Exactly.
I like that.
And that brings us to another possibility,
Okay.
which is that he didn't die in battle, but instead retreated to the other world.
The other world. Okay, so we've heard that term a couple times.
Hmm.
Remind me, what did that represent in Irish mythology?
So the other world, it's basically this parallel realm,
Okay.
a place of magic and mystery,
Okay.
sometimes danger.
Right.
It's where the fairies live, the
Mhm.
spirits of the dead, and sometimes even the gods themselves.
Wow. Okay, so it's a pretty big deal.
It is.
What's the Dagda doing there? Is he like ruling over some magical kingdom?
So the sources don't really give us specifics,
Okay.
but they suggest that his retreat to the other world could symbolize the decline of the old pagan ways
Oh, I see.
as Christianity started to take hold in Ireland.
Yeah, so like a fading of the old gods
Exactly.
as a new era begins.
Hmm.
But even if he has retreated to this other realm,
Yeah,
his legacy continues.
it does.
Like we see his influence in these stories,
Right.
in his children,
Mm-hmm.
in the symbolism of the cauldron and the harp,
Absolutely.
the Dagda's impact. It's undeniable.
It is.
He represents like the abundance of the land,
Yeah.
the power of leadership, and the enduring strength of the human spirit.
He does.
And he does it all while being like formidable and relatable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a reminder that even gods can have a sense of humor,
Right.
a hearty appetite,
Yeah.
and a knack for getting things done.
Even if it takes a little trickery.
A little trickery.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's what makes him so fascinating.
It is, he embodies these complexities and contradictions of human nature,
Right.
but on this divine level.
Yeah. And I think it's safe to say that we've only just scratched the surface of the Dagda story.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much more to uncover.
Very
So many
big.
layers of meaning to explore.
That's the beauty of mythology.
Yeah.
It invites us to keep digging deeper and asking questions and using our imaginations
Right?
to fill in the blanks.
It's a journey that never really ends.
It doesn't.
Well, thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the Dagda.
It's been my pleasure.
We've laughed, we've learned, and we've maybe even worked up an appetite along the way.
I know, I have.
And who knows? Maybe someday we'll discover the secret to that magical, bottomless cauldron of porridge.
That would be amazing.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It would.
But until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those imaginations firing.
Couldn't agree more.